Today we're gonna be talking about the Amazon Echo. And before we get going, you might wanna turn off your Amazon Echo because I'm gonna be saying Alexa a lot today. I gotta go unplug mine. Let's start things off by talking about something that I had no idea even existed, and that is Lab 126. Now, Lab 126 is Amazon's research and development arm that's responsible for the hardware products. So the Kindle, that came from Lab 126, and it's also where the Amazon Echo was conceived. So the name Lab 126, that refers to Amazon's logo. In the logo, you have an arrow pointing from A to Z, A being the first letter in the alphabet, and Z being the 26th. So 126. So Lab 126 first got started working on the Echo all the way back in 2010. And I don't know if you remember this, but when the Echo first came out, it was initially only available to Amazon Prime subscribers. And even then, you had to have an invitation. When the Echo finally became widely available to the public, it wasn't until June 23rd in 2015. The first real competitor to the Echo was the Google Home, and that launched on November 4, 2016, or exactly 500 days after the public could get the Echo. Of course, Apple is rumored to be getting into the smart speaker space with a Siri-powered device coming sometime this summer, but I bet you it's gonna cost a lot more than the Echo's $179. As of today, there are currently 4 Amazon Echo devices in production: the original, the Dot, the Tap, and the Look. So yeah, if you haven't heard already, the Echo Look is brand new, and basically it doesn't just hear, but it can also see. So it can take photos and videos, and it mostly seems kind of geared towards women based on the marketing, and I guess it can help you pick out your outfit. I don't know why. It's rumored that the Echo 2 isn't too far away, and we're expecting a device that has a 7-inch touchscreen baked right in that's a little bit more premium, almost like you took the original Echo and mashed it together with the Fire tablet. If there's one thing that's certain, it's that the Echo's gaining a lot of steam. The last Christmas season saw Amazon sell over 9 times as many Echoes as it had the previous Christmas. In fact, although Amazon doesn't release specific numbers, the best guess says that Amazon has sold well over 8 million Echoes so far. What really makes the Echo and Alexa so useful are all the apps, or what Amazon calls skills. And we just reached the point where there are now over 10,000 Alexa skills, which actually isn't all that surprising given that Amazon created the Alexa Fund, which has $100 million to invest in fueling these voice-driven technologies. So that's huge already, but on top of that, Amazon partnered with Techstars, which startup people might be familiar with, to create an Alexa-based startup accelerator. This is at the University of Washington, and this is going to be a vehicle for investing in Alexa-based startups. So the Echo works by constantly listening to conversations and waiting for a wake word, which is Alexa by default, before it can wake up and you can interact with it. But recently, Amazon gave us the option to use computer instead of Alexa, which is gonna make Star Trek nerds out there very, 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 very happy. Actually, it was a Star Trek computer that drove Amazon engineers to come up with the Alexa in the first place. They were trying to replicate it. Now, the Echo is a really important product in the tech landscape and historically because of its focus on voice. And the reason is because right now, voice kind of complements what we do with our touchscreens, but in the future, it could become the default way that we interact with computers. The Echo kicked off a major wave in voice-first devices. In fact, 2017 may be the year that we see them start nudging towards the mainstream. That's because there's supposed to be something like 33 million of these voice-first devices out in the wild. So have you ever wondered why Amazon chose Alexa, of all things, as the name of their artificial intelligence? It's actually not all that exciting. They chose several different names to try, and Alexa just seemed to be more unique. At its core, the Echo is a smart speaker. So if you had to guess, would you say that most people use it as an information source or as a voice-connected music device? Actually, for most people, it's an information source, and they use it kind of like a voice-only web browser. When the Echo came out, it definitely sparked some privacy concerns, mostly because people were worried about having their private conversations listened to. But actually, there are other ways that people are worried that the Echo spies on them, like being able to be identified by their footsteps or what they watch on TV. So are you getting spied on if you own an Echo? That I don't know, but I do know that police have already requested as criminal evidence some Echo data in connection with the death that happened in Bentonville, Arkansas. Now the Echo definitely has some smarts, but it's also not perfect. It's known to occasionally confuse some homophones which are words that sound the same but have different meanings, like Mary, Mary, and Mary. Do you remember when you were in school and you had to use a calculator made by a company called Texas Instruments? There's a name that I'm sure you haven't heard forever. But that is the company that makes the processor that goes inside the Echo. A lot of what makes the Echo work happens in the cloud, and that makes software updates very interesting. So Amazon can actually add to the functionality of Alexa and the Echo without pushing out a software update, just by updating the cloud side of the product. The Echo has a ton of Easter eggs baked inside, or fun little surprises if you've been living under a rock. So you can Google those, but it's fun to ask it things like, "Are you Skynet?" It can be pretty entertaining. Amazon is on a quest to make Alexa sound more and more human. So just recently, it gave developers the power to make Alexa talk faster or slower, or to whisper, or even to bleep out expletives. So what's coming up next for the Echo? Well, it sounds like there's a good possibility that it could be paid search. You know how Google makes money from those ads next to search results? Yeah, that. And it's kind of disappointing, I know. So here we are at the last fact of the day. It's a sad occasion, but you know what? If you're really sad and you missed last week's episode, you can go check out that wherever I'm pointing, and it's about the iPhone. 30 facts about the iPhone, very entertaining. Back to the fact. Amazon was launched in 1994, but they didn't have a Super Bowl ad until 2016. And in that Super Bowl ad, of course, the Echo was prominently featured. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out all the other videos on the channel. Maybe you need to do a deep dive today and see what's in the archives. If you're just a new fan, even if you're an old fan, go check out the first video. I'm sure it's terrible. I know it's terrible. Don't laugh too much, but I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.